Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Welcome back, and welcome me back, I guess, again for the second time. Um, so I'm gonna do a kind of short video just to make sure my audio and everything is aligned properly. So this is the final setup. Hopefully there'll be no more delays. So the video I'm reacting to is Ayodhya, Gullal, Tears and Gratitude, Ram, Sita, and Hanuman, Gaur Das. So please let me know if there's an audio issue or anything like that, okay, because this is no more sets up. This is the permanent setup. Um, so, anyways, I chose this video. I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of short videos for now, just to make sure everything is great and fine, and still putting out videos and still trying to learn something. So, let's go ahead and give this video a shot.
Prabhu Shri Ram, on the day of his coronation, Rajabhishek, they were taking Ram and Sita on a chariot. Ram and Sita have been driven. Everybody's Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, chanting Ram's names. Jai Siya Ram, Jai Sita Ram. And both Ram and Sita were crying. You know why? Because when Sita saw the Gullal, the red powder being showered as a part of celebration, she remembered the sacrifice of Jatayu. Ram remembered the sacrifice of Jatayu. कि अगर ये जटायु नहीं होता, sorry, if that Jatayu was not there, I wouldn't be able to stand my Sita today. Sita felt to herself, if that Jatayu was not there, I wouldn't be with my Ram today. कितना आसान है ना भूल जाना जो लोगों ने हमारे लिए किया. Good memory is about remembering the good that has been done to us, not mathematical equations and phone numbers and movie songs. That's okay. Good memory is about remembering what has been done unto us.
I mean, this is a really short one. Again, trying to just get into the groove of things again, especially with the recording, video, audio quality, and everything. Our lives are filled with people who have helped us reach where we are. Let's take a moment to remember them and be grateful. Let's take a moment to remember them, be grateful to them, and reciprocate with their sacrifices. Super bright. Okay, we'll try to find a not so bright screen. Energize your mind. Learn the art of. Oops. Monkify. Okay. Anyways, I'll say this though. Also, on top of that, it's pretty true. You know, how do I say this? Let me know what you think about this. Do you believe that for every time someone has been wrong, it takes about 10 right to negate that wrong? So, um, I don't know. Can't really say what's a good one-to-one example, but say you lied to someone, and then in order to make up that one bad lie or that one bad wrong, that it takes a lot of rights to correct it. Even if that wrong was something that was meant to protect you, for say, let's say that. The thing I'm thinking of is the reason why I ask this question is because the thing that I think of, I think people tend to remember the wrongs that people have done more than the right that people have done. And what I mean by wrong, I don't mean like, they betrayed you or something like that, or they done really bad wrongs to you. I mean more along the lines that they lied to you, a small lie, or or maybe they didn't. It's just something they did that wasn't really major, but it tends to stick to you. It wasn't big, but you tend to remember it more than all the good things that person has done. It's like, and basically what I'm trying to say is that I think people tend to remember the wrongs they have been dealt, regardless of how big the wrong is. Well, not necessarily regardless of that, but more along the lines of the little wrongs. They tend to remember those little things and hold it against you forever. or maybe it requires so many big rights to fix a small wrong. You know, um, uh, what do you guys think about that one? I feel that is somewhat true. I do believe that to be I do believe that to be kind of mostly true. Again, not necessarily with close friends, but with people who are friends, you could say. It can happen with close friends for sure, but I think it happens more often than not that we tend to remember bad things over good things that people have done, and we kind of have this expectation of being done right. Like we expect good, but when a little bad happens, that sticks out like a sore thumb because it's not what it's expected, I guess. So the whole point of that was just kind of like how he was talking about how we remember the sacrifice, so the good things that people have done, but then we have sometimes people who remember the little bad things that people have done, wipes out all the sacrifices that some of the good people have done. I think some of you can probably, I won't say relate, but understand that. It's kind of, you like look at you could potentially look at some great figures in history where they may have done one wrong thing and that becomes that becomes the thing they're known for, even though they've done many great things. I guess a great example of this would be actually a play that I did in college. It was Caesar, and it was the part that I picked in particular, which was the scene. The scene that we did was when Caesar was stabbed by all the senators and betrayed him, and obviously the ever famous phrase, at least if in the Western world, I'm sure it's "et tu Brutus," meaning "and you Brutus," and you too, or something like that. And then I believe Mark Antony comes up there and grabs Caesar and brings him out into the marketplace where all the people were protesting against Caesar, like like Caesar was a scumbag and all that. But Mark Antony's phrase there was the speech that I had to do, which I didn't quite remember. Luckily enough, I had printed it out, which was essentially just saying that, you know, look, did Caesar not? You asked for clean water. Did Caesar not build aquifers or whatever? Caesar has done so many great things for Rome, and three times he rejected the crown when you asked him to take it, but yet he's a bad person. It's like he gave you clean water, he's a bad person. He gave you peace, he's a bad person. He gave you wild things that you would have never seen, but he's a bad person. He denied a crown, he's a bad person. He denied a crown three times, but he's a bad person. And you come to realize that you remember the one bad thing that someone has done over all the great things that this person has done, but he's only ever forever known for his bad thing. And the quote that I actually really like is the man. The quote that I like is I'm not gonna I don't know what I can't remember what it is precisely is, but I can kind of paraphrase it. It's but essentially just saying that the good is often buried with their bones, and the bad remains after them. Essentially, all the good things that you've done, when you die, get buried with your bones. But the one bad thing or the bad things that you've done carries on throughout history, kind of deal. So that kind of reminds me a little bit of here that hopefully I don't why did I bring it up, because we like what he's saying here. Our lives are filled with people who have helped us reach for where we are. Let's take a moment to remember and be grateful for them and appreciate their sacrifice. People will forget all the good things that you've done and remember the one single bad thing that you've done and say, forget the sacrifice. You've wronged me once, even though you gave me 99 helps throughout my life, kind of deal. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.